Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Irfan, and on this channel I talk about budgeting, saving and investing my money as a teenager. And it's not just all about finance. You can also join me while I spend my money responsibly. In today's video, something exciting, guys. You know how in the early years of secondary school we always want to look good, smell good, stand out, and we're always seeking attention. Alright guys, so over the past 4 weeks I've managed to save £40. I've saved £10 every week, so I've managed to save up £40. And that £40 is going to go towards my self-care and my hygiene products. Let me show you guys. See. Oh no, this is something else I'm saving towards. It's going to be for later. Alright, here we go. This is the £40 I'm going to use to buy my self-care and hygiene products today. And then I've also got my other money box. You know, nothing quite good in here, just a bunch of pennies. But I've managed to save up all of this, change. Starting secondary school is a big change. You know, you have new classes, new people, new friends, new routines. And no, self-care isn't just about smelling or feeling good. Feeling good, smelling good, and being confident around others that you're going to be with for 5 years. You know, personal hygiene is like habits that help us feel comfortable in our own skin so we don't feel uncomfortable around other people. So today I'm going to be focusing on essentials, not just the expensive stuff, the things I'll be using every day. You know guys, I've got a list of essentials that I need, but it's Christmas Eve today and I don't know if Boots is still open, so let me go check. Taking a bit of a while. Let's see, Boots. Go Boots website. Let's check the location next to me. Alright, let me see if the Boots next to my house is open. I don't know if they're going to do late night shopping or if they're going to close up early, go home. Here we go. Here's the website. It says it closes at 5. So I should be able to make it there just before they close. Alright guys, come with me and join me. Let's go to Boots and buy all my self-care products. Alright guys, I just arrived in Brent Cross Shopping Centre. Now I've got to find Boots. Got about 40 minutes to try and find and get all my skincare and hygiene products. Wow, check out the Christmas decorations they have here. I just asked someone, I think Boots is downstairs. So I've got my list mentally prepared. Let's just go get the shopping done and out of the way. I'm going to start with deodorants. I'm going to try and work my way down my mentally prepared list. You know what, I just found all of these mini bottles of Lynx. I'm going to pick one up along with a big one if I find it, just to put this in my school bag. It's only $1.95 as well. Alright guys, I'm at the deodorant section now. I'm a little bit torn between if I should get Ice Chill, should get Cocoa Velvet, or if I should get Peach Infusion, or if I should get Watermelon Freeze. I talked to someone and they said Peach Infusion is the best. So I'm probably going to get this. And the price is £4.36. Not too bad for a deodorant I'm going to use. Alright, we need to head off to the shampoo and body wash section, guys. Arrived at the body wash section. I think I'm going to get 2. I think I'm going to get this watermelon and mint scent, just to match my links. I think I'm also going to get this mango and cocoa bar. I think it's really important to have 2 of each, just because you shower, every day before you go to school, and it's really important. Alright, now I'm going to head off to the hair care section to get my shampoo. Guys, I've just landed in the hair care section. I wanted to get Head and Shoulders originally, but I want to change it up because I have oily hair. Let me see what I can get. But I've landed my eyes on this Volume Collagen for thin and fine hair. I think this should be the best for me. And the price is only $5.50 as well. Let's head off to the dental section to get my toothbrush, toothpaste and dental floss. I just made it to the dental section. You know, I'm just gonna pick up my toothbrush now. You know, ideally, you should change your toothbrush every couple of months, maybe every 3-4 months. I've had mine for about 3 months, so I'm gonna change it now. And the price is only $3.85. Guys, I'm just gonna pick up my toothpaste now. You know, I usually go for Colgate, but I think this time I'm gonna go for Oral-B. You know, I don't have sensitive teeth, so I think Oral-B would be the best. So I don't use any of that Sensodyne stuff. And the price is only £2.75. Alright guys, one of the most important things to get is mouthwash, especially before you go to sleep and in the morning. I'm gonna get this Colgate Max White, and you know, the price is only £2.75. So far I've got like 8 products, you know, and I think I'm well within my budget as well, so I might get a couple more stuff before I leave. Alright guys, one thing I can't stress enough is this dental floss, especially just after you've eaten. You don't want all that gunk in your teeth, you don't want bad breath or gum disease, you don't want none of that. And the price that I've gotten is only £2.65. It's another great thing to have, which I'm going to pick up now, is moisturizer, especially during winter. Your skin's going to get ashy and dry. You know, I found this. I've tried this before. I ran out of it a week ago, and it's really good. So I'm gonna get it again. And the really good thing is to get stuff you already know. And the price is only £4.12. I've got my moisturizer, my conditioner, my toothbrush, my toothpaste, mouthwash. You know, now I'm just thinking of if I've missed out on anything else, because the shop's nearly about to close and I don't want to miss out on anything because it's Christmas Eve. Alright guys, one thing I've forgotten that I'm gonna get now is some Dove moisturizing soap. You know, I think I'm gonna get this one, £2.20, Dove moisturizing soap. Price is only £2.20 as well. Probably tired of hearing me say this, but I'm forgetting one more thing on my list, and that's chapstick. You know, you don't want cracked lips. You know, it's always best to keep in your bag, even if you're in school. I think I'm gonna get this mango one. Dang, these are expensive though. I think I'm gonna get this Caramex. This one is £3.95. Change this. I'm gonna go for Nivea instead. You know, I've heard great things about Nivea and I want to try it out. £3.30, guys. I think I've got everything I need. I'm gonna go to the counter and pay, and hopefully it's within my £40 budget. Otherwise, I've failed, guys. It's Christmas Eve. You know, there's a bunch of people shopping here, just doing some last-minute shopping. I'm surprised there's so many people here just before it's closing. A bar of soap. Here's my toothbrush. Here is my toothpaste, my big moisturizer. Damn, I think I'm gonna be over my budget a little bit. Maybe by £10. There we go. Yes, please. I've just finished my hygiene and self-care shopping. You know, I was really surprised when I spent only £36 when my budget was £40. I thought I was going to go well over my budget. Alright, keeping within your budget is one of the best things to do, guys. Going over your budget is one of the worst ways to spend your money. Alright guys, if you like today's video, subscribe, comment if you want to ask me a question, and hit that like button. If you're celebrating Christmas, guys, have a wonderful Christmas. Alright guys, I just arrived home now. I've got my small little toiletries bag and I'm going to keep all my essentials in. Let me show you what I got. So I got a little, you know, lip balm so I don't have cracked dry lips. I got my mouthwash, very good. Use it before bed and after I wake up. Got my, what is this, body wash. No, I don't think I'm going to keep it in there. I've got my collagen shampoo. Nah, it's not going to fit in there. Got my moisturizing Dove soap here. I think I'm just going to put this out so I can put everything else in. Got my Oral-B toothpaste. Got my peach infusion links, can use that after a shower. I've got my other shower gel. Got my little links to put in my school bag for school. Got my moisturizer here, Vaseline. Got my little, floss. Really need to push this. Most people don't do it. They got my toothbrush here. What is this? Colgate. Won't be able to fit in there. So, that's my little essential run that I did at Boots today. Alright, guys, I saved up £40 for my allowance. I tried to stay within my budget for all these essentials, and I think I spent about £36, which is great. All this for only £36 is a great deal. Alright guys, if you're 13 like me, saving is really easy, but that's only 50% of the entire thing. The other 50% is being responsible and spending wisely with your money. There's no point in saving 1 week, spending the next. You got to be smart with your money. You've got to set aside most of your money for those rainy days. Some days you might not have any money and you're going to have to go ask your parents every single week maybe. And that's very bad. You don't want to ask your parents for money every single week. My little rule is I only spend about 10% of my savings, maximum 15% on myself. You might have your own rules, but you need to stick by them if you want to be responsible and spend your money wisely. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, all I ask is for a subscription. My channel is all about saving and spending my money wisely. So if you like this video, subscribe, comment if you want to ask me something, I'll personally reply to you, and leave a like. I'll see you in my next video, probably after Christmas and before New Year's. I've got a really big surprise coming up.